Welcome to the week that was. I'm Ed Greenberger. Just another peaceful, uneventful week in the paradise we like to call the United States of America. Or not. This is going just swimmingly, isn't it? President Trump talked about American carnage during his inauguration speech, and now we've got it. A mob of Trump supporters rushed the U.S. Capitol on Wednesday while lawmakers were inside certifying Joe Biden's electoral victory. Why would they do that? Because their cult leader told them to.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
That was Trump Wednesday morning, basically inciting an angry mob, as all our great presidents have. Who can forget FDR saying, "The only thing we have to fear is what will happen if you don't go wild and bust a cap in everyone's ass." By the time it was all over, 5 people were dead, dozens were arrested, and this Mensa member broke into Nancy Pelosi's office, put his feet up on her desk, stole her mail, posted photos of it on social media, and even did media interviews.
I left her a note on her desk that says, "Nancy Big O is here, you bitch."
That'll be a fun little story to tell your federal penitentiary cellmate. By the way, what Richard Big O Barnett said there in his Arkansas drawl was that he left a note for Pelosi saying, "Big O was here, you bitch." Word is, when Pelosi got back in her office and saw the note, she said to her secretary, "What? Big O was here? Today? I thought you said he was coming on Friday." The fallout from Wednesday's events at the Capitol is so widespread, I would need at least a couple Scaramucci's to explain it all. Basically, most of Washington agrees at the very least this guy needs to be kicked out of office as soon as possible, and at the most, prosecuted for inciting an insurrection and getting people killed. Here's Republican Senator Ben Sasse talking about a potential second impeachment.
The House, if they come together and have a process, I will definitely consider whatever articles they might move, because as I've told you, I believe the president has disregarded his oath of office. He swore an oath to the American people to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. He acted against that. What he did was wicked.
Remember, Trump has less than 2 weeks left in his term, but people are terrified about what he might do. Pelosi even sent a letter to the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff asking him what's being done to make sure Trump doesn't launch a nuclear strike in the final few days of his term. We're literally living through a movie. And not just any movie, a fantastic movie. The kind of political thriller that keeps you on the edge of your seat for 2 hours and stirs up Oscar buzz.
Can we get the option?
Why do we need the option? You're worried about the Ayatollah? Try the WGA.
Go f*** yourself. One thing to keep in mind here about impeachment, if Trump were impeached and convicted, the Senate could bar him from ever holding federal office again. Think about who might want that in the Senate. Democrats, obviously, moderate Republicans like Mitt Romney, but what about Republicans like Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley? They want to run for president in 2024. You don't think they would love to have Trump out of the way? Cruz, in particular, needs a new gig. His career as a COVID prognosticator isn't going too well.
If it ends up that Biden wins in November, I hope he doesn't. I don't think he will. But if he does, I guarantee you the week after the election, suddenly all those Democratic governors, all those Democratic mayors will say, everything's magically better. Go back to work, go back to school. Suddenly the problems are solved. You won't even have to wait for Biden to be sworn in.
Let's not forget the reason this whole thing happened, which is congressional certification of the Electoral College vote. After the riot, lawmakers went back into the House chamber and did their duty, certifying Joe Biden's 306 to 232 electoral vote win. And it was Vice President Mike Pence, in his role as president of the Senate, who presided over the count and announced Biden as the winner. There was some drama, though, when Pence got the wrong envelope and accidentally awarded the presidency to La La Land.
And the Academy Award for Best Picture.
If you think about it, the only thing that was surprising about that Oscars moment was that it didn't happen in 2020. Trump predictably tried to make Pence the scapegoat, criticizing him on Twitter for not helping him overturn the election. Pence wasn't happy about it. In fact, Senator Jim Inhofe told reporters he's never seen Pence as angry as he was last Wednesday. What would that sound like exactly? "Gosh, Mother, I'm just so darn perturbed. I'm sorry, dearest, I know I shouldn't be so vulgar." Pence was also a key figure in the push to invoke the 25th Amendment to have Trump removed from office. It would have taken Pence and a majority of the cabinet to decide to do it, and they came close. The deciding vote was cast by the Fly, who said he was worried if Pence became president, they wouldn't get any more quality time together. Trump won't get any more quality time on Twitter. The platform finally kicked the president off for good on Friday. He's now banned from Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. But don't worry, it didn't take long for him to find a new social media platform, Rotten Tomatoes.
I went to the opening of The Dark Knight Rises, which is commonly known as the Batman movie, and I'll tell you, it was really terrific. And most importantly, Trump Tower, my building, plays a role.
The Trump Twitter breakup brings an end to the greatest love affair since Rick and Ilsa. Here's looking at you, kid. We'll always have Atlantic City. Did you ever see my hotel there? Some say we had a casino like no one's ever seen before. Until the cops showed up.
I'm shocked to find that gambling is going on in here.
As if we didn't have enough news last week, the Democrats took control of the U.S. Senate by winning both runoff elections in Georgia. That gives them a 50-50 tie in the Senate, with Vice President Kamala Harris as the tiebreaker. When asked how he feels about losing his role as Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell said, "You mean I can't screw the country anymore? What the hell am I going to do now?" That's the week that was. Please subscribe to my channel by clicking on the circle. My wife says if I don't have 10,000 subscribers by the end of the month, she thinks this is the end of a beautiful friendship. Don't forget to check out my other Week That Was videos. I'm Ed Greenberger. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and healthy. I'll see you next week.